Yes, Beatrice, karibu. You can have your seat.
Thank you.
Honorable members, before us, we have Beatrice Mong'ina, nominee to the Department of Agriculture, Fisheries and Livestock, who was able to appear before us at the 12 noon today, Friday 4th, November 2022. Honorable members, I can now call the clerk to administer the oath.
Joel, do solemnly swear that the information I shall give to the committee on appointments shall be the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you. The number and the Speaker, TC County Assembly. With me, I have the leadership of the House on my right, the majority leader, the minority. I will start with the majority.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Beatrice, good morning. My name is Roger Henry, the head of majority, and I'm a member of this committee. So, Speaker, I can declare interest that when I was the Secretary General of ODM, Beatrice was my member. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you for your showing interest. Thank you very much. Let us continue.
My name is John Mpati. I'm here and I want to majority. Mr. Speaker, I also take an interest that Beatrice used to come from my constituency and used to work with her last season.
Thank you.
Okay, good morning, Beatrice. I am Vivian Mundi, the member of this committee.
Good afternoon, Ms. Beatrice. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mheshimiwa.
I'm Ismail Matundura, member of the committee.
Good afternoon, Honorable Beatrice Bayer. Honorable Speaker, I know Beatrice. We have worked together at the Assembly 2017-2022.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Grace. I'm one member of the committee.
Good afternoon. Beatrice Karibu, member of the committee. Mr. Chair, I know Beatrice, we were together in ODM, but a seat which I won, but she lost.
Thank you.
Member of the committee. Good morning, Mheshimiwa.
The Speaker also know Beatrice, we were together in the second assembly.
Good afternoon, Mheshimiwa. My name is Ombati Felix Nyambana, member to this committee.
Good afternoon, Madam of Excellence.
Good afternoon, Mheshimiwa.
I'm Speaker Jared, MC of the board, member. My name is David Sombati, MCA by God, and also leader of minority.
Thank you. Thank you, honorable members. I now invite the clerk to introduce the secretariat.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mheshimiwa Beatrice Mong'ina, my name is Mark, and I'm with Madam Grace, right? Who is the committee president of this committee. Now, just besides you on the left and on the right and the right, we have our secretariats who are assisting this committee. So,
Thank you. Thank you, honorable members. Honorable members, I now invite the nominee, Mong'ina, to introduce herself and make a brief statement of yourself for just 3 minutes.
My name is Mong'ina Beatrice Joel. I was born in October 10,
1983 in a village called Gomariba. And I went to Igunga Primary School since from 1989 to 1997. Later in 1998, I joined Suneka Secondary School, currently known as St. Peter's Girls, and I did my KCSE in 2001. In 2006, I joined the Gusii Institute of Technology, now called Gusii Polytechnic, and I did a diploma in secretarial studies. After that, I went to Suneka Secondary School for 3 years, where I was offered a job as a librarian. Later, in 2013, I enrolled my bachelor in public administration and management in Makerere University, and I graduated in April 2017. In 2017, late, I ventured into politics, and I went through a thorough nomination with some men in Jubilee ticket. Honorable Chair, I sadly tell you that I won, but I was denied a ticket. But luckily, the Jubilee Party nominated me, and I became one of the honorable members in the County Assembly. And when I went there, it is a fight, you fight for your space. I was elected as the Deputy Minority Leader. Honorable Speaker and the Chair, I really wanted to lead, and my people in Iriana Ward. In the last election, I filed for MCA on ODM ticket, but my victory was stolen. But luckily, I thank the governor for nominating me as the CEC, Agriculture, Fisheries, Livestock Development, and Education. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Thank you. Beatrice. So I have something in common with you, because my first control is called Mong'ina. So we submitted our original documents and certificates for verification by the committee members. The ID.
Mr. Chairman, over the weekend, when I was doing some photocopying, I think somebody brought with my ID, but I went to my center. I recorded there. In the next 2 weeks, I will have an upload. I have an upload.
I think Beatrice, no, we have other documents which can identify you.
Yeah.
Do you have a driving license?
Driving license, I left it at home. I have a birth certificate.
Do you have a passport? No.
I don't have at this time.
Honorable Chair.
Yes.
Then at this point, Honorable Chair, we might be interviewing the wrong person. How can we verify that this is the right person to appear before us without identification document? Especially
you have said you have a driving license.
Driving license.
At home.
Oh.
And I have a birth certificate.
No, birth certificate doesn't qualify.
And my
yes.
abstract.
No, just so.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
I think it would be only fair if we allow the member to bring the driving license from home, and then Honorable Ishmael, I know you worked with the Beatrice in the last assembly. So
no, that is a different level. No, just relax. Just relax. I know you have a passport or a driving license.
Chair, she said that she doesn't have one.
No.
She confirmed that she doesn't have
Honorable
one.
Ishmael. Among the two, the driving license and the passport, what do you have?
The driving license, I have an interview. It's just recently that I went for driving.
Confirm what
But
is
there's
it.
a document there that I used to get another ID. It has even my photo.
Chair, can you confirm what she owns her passport? Chair, if you can confirm
yes.
whether she owns her passport.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I don't think that it's only one member who's interested in the nominee. I think we have already had a case where the nominee did not present an ID, and we allowed that nominee to proceed. We have already set a precedent so that the other documents that are not there, we present it later.
And the chairman,
So,
and the chairman,
that is it.
Yes.
if really the ID was stolen and then she went to the police, which is allowed in Kenya, that if your ID is stolen, you are given an abstract.
Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, the police
No, Speaker.
and confirmed that the abstract, the ID was stolen.
Yes, Honorable.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Ryan, I've stated that he knows I know he has a passport. We used to go with that. I know her, I stand for her. I know her, these are the same names as in using. Well, confirm that I know.
And honorable members, I am the chair. I am asking the nominee, apart from the ID. Yes, you know she has a passport, but I am asking the nominee, you have a passport,
But this time I don't have it.
even at home.
I've not used it recently.
No, do you have a passport used or unused?
Used
Yes.
You have it
at home.
at home, yes. Beatrice. Beatrice. No, let me make a react the chairman.
Yes.
We are going to interview you, but before the day ends, you need to bring the passport or the driving license before we do further approval.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Honorable Chair, we can continue with that.
Yes.
With the plenary. As
Yes,
the
yes,
documents all surround.
that is in order.
Yes.
Honorable members, having checked the nominee's original documents, apart from the one which is going to submit, after the sitting, I think I am satisfied that she has those documents, apart from those you will submit. Now, Beatrice,
Mr. Chairman.
can you tell this committee your financial network, because you know you had been working as a honorable member, and any source of income you are anticipating, and even the current one?
My financial net worth, it is just 9.5 million. And I've been a member of the Town Assembly, but it is now 3 months. A month goes without money. And when I was an MCA, I invested in having or starting a hardware where I get income to date. Secondly, I bought a pickup when I was an MC. I use it at this time to generate my income. Honorable Chair, I don't have so much.
Thank you.
I received.
Thank you.
I'm just 1.5 now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now the floor is open to the members. Yes, Honorable.
Honorable Beatrice, statements here that your victory was stolen, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to work, because now you are going to be the CEC agriculture, and it happens that the person now you are claiming who stole your victory is a member of the county assembly. Are you going to be fair to him? And do you have a case in court confirming that your election was stolen?
Honorable Chair, I accept what happened. Secondly, Honorable Chair, I work with the government of the day. I will support my MCA.
Thank you.
I
Mr.
will
Chair,
make sure
I
that
want to withdraw that statement that the election was stolen, so that
Honorable
it
Chair,
can be only
I
fair.
went for elections and failed.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
You lost.
Thank you. Yes. Now, from your documents, the copies that you have submitted, okay, I can see you went primary level, then you went to secondary, then you went to, okay, you have another certificate in, I don't know whether it is diploma or certificate training. Then after that, you went to Makerere University in Uganda. Then, okay, maybe other attachments that you maybe expect from me. One, when you go to Makerere University, first of okay, you graduated in 2017, but they have used that you have to go through some extra school, that is from
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Then,
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Let her finish first. Finish.
yes, so I don't know whether you went through that, and then your certificate from Makerere is here, but the transcripts are missing. And then there's also another
Honorable member, you are out of order because we have interviewed other members and the other nominees. You have not been looking at the transcript. That's go straight to your question.
Okay, the question that I was reading was now she's been nominated in this docket of agriculture, fisheries, and livestock development. Then she has given us a profile. So I was wondering.
Let her finish, kindly. Yes. Just
Honorable Chair, with your permission, it is fair that we give the honorable member fair time to just ask her questions, whether we like them or we don't like them, whether the nominee is able to answer or not.
Honorable Ishmael, I am here to moderate the exercise. That's what I'm saying. We should not ask for the transcript. We were not asking them anyway. And that's what I was just saying. Yes. Honorable Ishmael, kindly proceed.
Yeah. By the point of information, Mr. Speaker, transcript and such related. Here, what we need mostly is the relevance to the work that the nominee is going to.
That's why I've given the answer.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yes, and then
Honorable Speaker, information, you know we are not debating.
Okay, this is my
we are not debating. Let us give the honorable member ample time to ask questions.
That's what I have done.
So whatever
Honorable
the honorable Mbagi say, let it brought in the assembly.
Honorable, proceed.
Mr. Speaker, you've ruled that honorable be given time.
Yes.
But we have got one member who is really insisting. Can he declare interest if he has any interest with the nominee?
so that we get to know. He cannot be the only member directing that we give the honorable member a chance to speak.
Unless the member had the questions to answer.
Yes.
Honorable, proceed.
Who is this member?
The Honorable Ishmael Matunda.
Honorable members,
Okay.
be reminded, we are on ASAT and the media is here.
Yeah.
Kindly. And I think when we started, I'd given you the rules you would follow. Yeah? Wait your time, I will give you time, you will ask the question you want, and you will get satisfied. Thank you.
And whoever talks truth. Very
Proceed.
Okay, thank you, the Chair. Now, from your career progression, and the position that you have applied for, I want to ask you what motivated you to apply to this particular ministry? What was your motivation? And what mechanisms are you going to put in place to ensure that this ministry can be able to move to another level?
I get motivated so much with agriculture and fisheries because I am a small farmer. I have some cows at home, I have some hens, chicken, and at home I do plant some maize, and this docket, it touches mwananchi directly. Previously, I had been a politician. I have the people at heart. I want to help them from agriculture so that they can achieve or live happily. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable members, I know Honorable Ishmael is so passionate on this because this is his area of specialization. And this is his area where he's going to spend a lot of his time because he's the chair of agriculture. So don't worry. I know him why he's so passionate with this. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, Ishmael Matunda is not a profession in agriculture.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Madam of Excellency Mong'ina. You have just mentioned that you are a farmer. Some years back, around 25 years ago, we used to produce tomatoes as quizzes. But currently we don't. But you can see some tomatoes in our markets, and it earns good money. So as a farmer, what are you going to do so that we go back to the farming of tomatoes as we used to do? And then two, as quizzes, we depend on agriculture. What do you have in place about our products, more so in value addition? Thank you.
Thank you. It's your turn.
Honorable Chair, I was born in a village in Bomariba. Before I got married to Rihanna, at our home, we used to do tomato farming. But I realized, my father used to tell me, there are some worms that attack the roots of tomatoes. It is only that I didn't have the powers to get even the chemicals that will kill those worms. But since I'm in charge of this docket, and there are also worms that attack maize, I will make sure that I do research, I find ways that we can kill those worms that we are used to attack
Thank you.
tomatoes.
Thank you. Honorable Wu. Yes. Oh, there were 2 questions.
There are 2 questions.
Okay, the second
Even
one.
the first one, I wanted the nominee to be specific about the tomatoes, because I'm serious about it.
Honorable
So-
Janet, I think she is so specific, she's going to kill them. So let's answer the second
Honorable
one.
Chair, in addition to the worms they used to attack the tomato roots, there is no market where we take our produce. And I will network to make sure there is a market, and I will work together with the committee of trade to find markets where we can sell the tomatoes, because farmers will not go and they do farming of tomatoes if they have no anywhere to sell them.
Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Doyle, good afternoon. I'm happy to see you.
Thank you.
Long I saw you. You plead other questions, and we are happy. No, Speaker, I want to ask the nominee. Kisii County depends, its economy depends on agriculture. Which plans we have in place to ensure that we go back to where we were? Those making the issue of goat farming, beef farming, bilateral, livestock rearing, and many other issues has actually been the backbone of Kisii County, which nowadays actually, you can say, they have been totally been landed out. Number 2, more on food security. What measure will you put in place to ensure the Kisii County has enough food and there is surplus for sale or export? Lastly, I want to comment about GMOs on food production. Whether you advocate for that, or what will you do on GMOs in Kisii County?
Honorable Chair, it is so sad that I used to see even coffee in our chambers, but of late I don't see it. What kills the morale of farmers, it is what they get after they have done their work. Honorable Sir Speaker, in, for example, coffee. Coffee has died completely because farmers used to produce, but they have no place to sell. In tea is also dying because, and it is in public domain that other counties, farmers get more money per kilo than in Kisii. Honorable Chair, what I will do to make sure that we go back to where we used to be. And before I go there, Honorable Chair, we experience climate change. Honorable Chair, in the Second Assembly, I was in the Committee of Water, and we had been having or studying or training about climate change. Honorable Chair, to make sure that our produce are done so well. Honorable Chair, I will arrange and plan. I sensitize people and I tell them they don't rely on rain alone. We will, during the rainy season, we will advise the people, all farmers, to invest in fetching or keeping, storing water so that it can be used during the dry period. Because
Food security.
Food security.
yes, because in Kenya there is a drought, but we are privileged in Kisii. We can experience as light rain. Honorable Chair, when we have done so much irrigation, when I have brought even the chemicals that attack the plants, we can make sure that we have produced highly. And even after we have done that, we look for the market so that our farmers can get highly. Thank you.
GMOs.
About the GMO, it has been a debate, in fact, nationally, and some countries have banned the use of GMOs. Honorable Chair, I can publicly say that products from GMO they enhance our health. Honorable Chair, we see of late many people die because of cancer. And I'm very sure we get this cancer because of the produce or food we consume that are made from the GMOs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Last one.
Yes. Have you ever heard of Wanjara cake? Wanjara cake. The sweet bananas that come from Wanjara. You love them the way I do?
Chairman.
The answer is either yes or no.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
I love, but of late they are not sweet as they used to.
So you want to tell me that the Wanjaras are not sweet these days? Because the sweetness of the Wanjara was through that and the sugar cane.
I think, Chair, there are some diseases that attack
The sweet part.
Yes.
So,
yes.
That's what I'm asking. You know, that was the core of the economy of the Wanjara.
Yes.
Yeah, the sugar cane and the ebisukari, if I may quote that. And I believe the governor, being a neighbor of the Wanjara, knows why he has given you the job, so that you revive the economy of the Wanjara. Are you going to do something about it?
First, as I said about the tomatoes, I will also go and do research and know why the sweet bananas have died and look for the solution.
Thank you.
I think the way it was.
Now, I want you to take down the notes of what I expect to see in your 100 days in office, if you are given this chance. We want to have milk produced and packaged here in Kisii, called Kisii milk, yogurt, and the fresh milk sold in the supermarket here in Kisii. Number two, I want to see bananas sold in large quantities here in Kisii. And you have said about the tea, I don't want to say it, but I want this ABC converted into a parastatal so that we can create employment for our people. Are you able to do that?
I'm able, Chairman, to do that.
Thank you.
Honorable Chair.
Yes.
Yes, Honorable Chair, thank you for the chance. This is my friend, and we used to work with her in the last assembly. When I was serving on the Committee of Agriculture as a chair, the position which again I am serving, so I know her. I already wanted to take her through because she's the honorable member. I know how you can work, she can be a good CC, but I want to take her into our education documents. Speaker, the questions that the Honorable Pamela wanted to ask. Honorable Speaker.
We have Honorable Pamela in this committee.
Honorable Abera, Honorable Chairman. And the Honorable Chair protected me from the Honorable Badge, so that because this is a very serious committee, and Mr. Speaker, sir, if we try to make any mistake, we will take the responsibility. Honorable Speaker, I heard the Honorable Rabera ask that, and which I want also to confirm with great precision that is true. Once I've seen that the Honorable Beatrice, my good friend, has got a degree from Makerere University with the administration and management. But the threshold for you to be accepted in Kampala University, you must be subject to Form 5 and Form 6, which we don't have in Kenya. And through our city, which have perused, Honorable, I don't see where those documents are even either copies or through the city. Can you, Honorable Beatrice, confirm whether you went through Form 5 and Form 6 before you were conferred a degree in administration from the University of Makerere?
Of my previous college to enroll, and my transcripts of the UC, I've done up to stage 3. I used the stage 3, the final stages, to enroll.
I was very specific. In Uganda, you will only be allowed.
Honorable Ismail, I think this house may not have the capacity to confirm the requirements in Uganda, and if need be, we can go ahead and confirm and bring the report of this house, because in our Kenyan system, we don't have A levels currently, and in the Uganda system, some of us we have never been there, so I cannot authoritatively say which is the qualification, but I want to believe that the university which are admitted, they have all the reasons why it may be, because he said this. He has a diploma. Some Kenyan institutions, there are some Kenyan institutions which is going to direct us and advise us if the committee says so through the chair.
Honorable Chair, that was an observation.
Yes, it's a good observation.
And that is a part of our.
Yes, yes. Very good observation.
And I brought it on behalf of the Honorable
Yes.
Now, as a chair agriculture, this is going to be my CC agriculture. Honorable Beatrice, there is this program we call AI. Last assembly, we put a lot of money or resources in that program. Do you think the public got value out of that money? And if no, what plans do you have to make sure that the public get the value of the same?
Honorable Chair, I was privileged to be even in the Committee of Budget and Appropriation, and I saw money was allocated for artificial insemination. But I don't think the farmers got the value of that. Honorable Chair, I think what I will do, because the farmers were disappointed, I will do mapping to see or to get the real farmers. And there was not even the public perception. I will make sure that farmers they see the value of that land. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, thank you. Fine, that question, the chairman was supposed to answer as well as the chairman to ask
No, Order.
Yeah.
The read of matured way. We are no
I
order.
was there, yeah.
No, that's okay. We are in the later. You know, honorable members, honorable members, remember that we are vetting and we are testing the suitability
Yes,
of the candidate.
Yes, Chairman.
So, and we can ask her even whether the functions of the President of the Republic of Kenya.
Yes.
Because we want to see how suitable he is. So there's nothing wrong. The chair asking what he's going to do. Anyway.
Yeah, well, if you're around me, I'm not going to speak monotonous. I want to, there's something burning.
Yes, I don't want to be banned.
Yeah. Honorable Beatrice, your mission was history since 2013. If I'm not wrong, 2017, 2022. Think about this. How you come here as a CS state officer. We not revenge the other one on what happenings that have been happening in that world. Because you were talking about steering of your thoughts and later on to I
think Honorable Wu, that question was asked by Moraja and the Siasa.
I didn't get the answer.
You didn't get it. No, it was. Yeah. Yes, for the sake of you can repeat.
Honorable Chair, I said what happened, I accept. And I work with the government of the day. And I will make sure that I support my MCA.
Thank you. Honorable members, we have come to a conclusion. Honorable Beatrice, thank you very much for participating in this exercise. I think you have told us a lot, but if you have any comment or any question you want to ask us, we're asking you now, you can comment or you can ask us.
Honorable Chair, I don't have any questions, but I can comment. Honorable Chair, it's a pleasure to sit here before this good honorable members. It is a pleasure to see you. We have never met as the Speaker of the Kisii County Assembly. And I want to tell you that I'm very happy. I thank our governor, Honorable Paul Singa-Parati, for identifying me as one of his nominees for agriculture. Honorable Chair, I won't take it for granted. Honorable Chair, I've been a member of the county assembly and experienced or seen bad relationship between members of the county assembly and CECs. Honorable Chair, there is a case where a chair of the committee calls a CEC to consult, but you don't get that CEC. For example, a case where Honorable Matula calls the CEC in agriculture, and you don't get the person, you don't get an officer. Honorable Chair, there's a case where even the Committee of Water, we asked even for the reports. The CECs were not ready to give us.
Thank you.
Honorable Chair, finally, I know with God's grace, the day when I will be sworn in, the moment I put down the Bible, Honorable Speaker, who is the chair of this committee, you will see me working from that day. You will see me.
Thank you.
The chambers.
Thank you.
Working.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You will give us the reports. Thank you very much.
But Mr. Speaker, when she will be taking the Committee of Agriculture led by Ramatu to Kampala and Makerere,
I ask that
You will be there. Thank you. We have allowed that. So thank you very much. Beatrice, we get back to you, and we wish you the best of luck. Make sure that you have taken all your certificates, and now you are free to leave.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
But remember, in the afternoon, you must bring that document
Yeah.
for Eris